Introduce Kabbalah too, talk about the details. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the last class. Can you hear me, Diana? Just we are fixing some things. Sorry for the delay. We are going to start soon. But we are going to say now the announcements at the beginning. So we are starting Kabbalah 2 next week, okay? It's going to be on Wednesday at 7 p.m. I think I already sent an email. So you have the link to register. It's going to be also online and in person. This course is going to be a 6 weeks course. It's not a 10 weeks. It's going to be a 6 weeks, okay? So we have also, for the people who live in GTA, we are going to have a special dinner. Which day is Friday? This next Friday? Not this. The next Friday. Next Friday. Sorry. The 12th. Friday, 12th of April. We are going to have a dinner as a graduation party. We are going to have a special dinner with all of you, and also there's a group, a Kabbalah 3 group that we are going to invite, like people graduations that we had this week. So we are going to start at 7 p.m. We will send you more information, but we'll save the date, and I hope many of you can join us, okay? Welcome, Joshua. Thank you very much. So we will wait just a few minutes for David, okay? If you have any questions in the meantime about the events, let me know. Thank you. Also, another thing, we're going to start Kabbalah 1 also next week. If you have friends, it's going to be also Tuesday. We're going to start on Tuesday, 7 p.m. next Tuesday. So if you have friends, family, it's the same as the first class is completely for free. So you are very welcome to come to bring family, friends, whoever you want. Okay? Thank you.
Okay, beautiful everyone. Can you hear me? Check on the chat that he can hear us well.
Yes.
Beautiful. So, very exciting. We are graduating today. Good job, everyone. You made it. We're going to throw our hats in the air today. So, understanding that this is just the beginning of our life as newborn babies, knowing the true principles of life. So as we learn, and I'm going to review a little bit of those principles that we learned throughout the course, we're going to understand that without building the vessel from below, remember the vessel, we are the vessels, we are the batteries. It means that if the battery is not ready to be charged with energy, or there is no battery, or the battery is too small, there is a limited ability for me really to run for a longer time, yeah? So Tesla, they are very smart. Besides inventing the best electric car in the world, they created also superchargers, yeah? Stations. So making sure that when you run out of battery, you're going to charge yourself up. That's the story of our life. There is spending energy, and there is charging ourselves with energy. There is endless energy out there, endless abundance, endless. No limitations. We see it in this world more than ever. That today people can become billionaires. I mean, it's not about money only, but people become billionaires in few years. It's never been like that ever in the world, you know. Usually money passed from family to family, generation, being accumulated, and make it easy for the rest. But now we have what we called people that build themselves out of zero. It means they have the ability to connect to the unlimited resources that exist out there. Also in terms of influence, even if they're not going to become billionaires, but they can become huge influencers through social media and really make an impact, a true impact. So now we see it clearly more than ever, the unlimited resources. Do you agree with me? So who is limited here? Who is limited? Yeah, we are. We are limited, and we have to open it up. We have to grow our vessel. We have to grow our capacity to receive. Everything that we learned in this course is how we grow our capacity to receive, so more of the endless light can enter it. Because it's there shining, just waiting for us to remove all the blocks, all the filters, all the curtains, all the nonsense, all the garbage, all the toxins. Let's clean it up so the light can come in. Without cleaning it up and without stretching the vessel, we cannot have more in life. We can just dream about it, but it's never going to happen. So it is physically, it is emotionally, and it is mentally, meaning belief systems. Emotionally, it's feeling that I can be vulnerable enough to demand more from the cosmos. I'm willing to expose myself and to take the risks. And physically, I'm willing to put my sleeves up and just go out there and work harder. Yeah? You have to be on those three levels. You cannot bypass any of those, expecting something to happen. So it's in my mindset, in my emotional level, in how much investment, how much energy I put into things. So everything that we learn is how really to increase the desire to receive. Remember, we came here to a Kabbalah course. Kabbalah means to receive. We're not supposed to be those saints, that monks that saying, no, everything is okay. I can eat a little bit of soup, a little bit of cup of rice, and life is good. I don't need anything by the Creator. This is not what Kabbalah talks about. Kabbalah is here to expand our desire to receive, not for selfish benefits, for the sake of sharing. Because if I have more capacity, I can share more. If I have just a little, if my capacity to receive is just little, you cannot give what you not possess in this world, isn't it? So you can play like this guys that, I'm so righteous and I'm so kind. But if your kindness is based on very small desire, it means that it cannot make true impact in the world. You can be a nice guy, but it doesn't mean that we came here to be nice guys. No. We came here to emphasize the light force that exists inside of us. That's what we came here to this world. And going through those amazing principles that you just learned in Kabbalah 1, including this principle that we're going to go together, that is kind of the sealing principle to everything. Together with that, and using that on a daily basis, your desire will grow for the light force. The desire needs to be for the light force. As we know, this is the raw energy. I'm designing the raw energy. I'm not really trying to judge what is good for me, what is bad for me, how do I want to receive the light? No. Yeah, I have things in mind, but I know it could be that the light have a bigger goals for me. That's usually what it happens. The cow wants to feed the calf much more than the calf wants to receive from the cow. That's how it goes. You go to a personal teacher in Kabbalah, say, no, it's enough. No, it doesn't work. Usually the teacher wants to feed the student much more than the student wants for himself. That's usually what happens. How come? Why? First of all, the teacher has experience. He knows that we have the capacity for more. He already went through that stage of being the student and being pushed by a teacher. But at times he's saying, no, I don't want a teacher to to give me. Let me have my slow process. So slow processes sometimes not able to break the shells that have been built up, who knows for how many lifetimes. We don't have an idea. Those shells seems to us, they're so enclosed on us, and they're showing us a reality that is so tiny and so limited that we got used to it. We got addicted to that reality. Can you imagine? We're already addicted to it. We don't even notice that if we just break out of this door, there is a complete new world out there. So let me stay here. This is nice. The furniture, I know everything. I know these tiny four walls. It's okay. Leave me alone. It's comfy. Don't send me to the unknown. The unknown is painful. Yes, true. But it's not pain that causes me to suffer. Usually when I stay stagnant, with not movement of a lot of changes in energy, that's where the real pain starts. That's where the real sickness starts. That's where being stuck starts. That's when. But when I'm moving the energy, that's the laws of the universe. Objects, Newton, laws of thermodynamics. Objects that are in movement will constantly continue to be in movement. Yeah? The object that is in rest doesn't have energy. It means that I need to be constant in movement to generate energy. What is the movement? Transformation. What is the movement? Change. What is the movement? Renewal. What is the movement? Cleansing. What is the movement? New exciting projects. That's the movement. Is that making sense?
Sorry, the sound is a little bit, maybe you can switch the...
Why, it's making a sound?
No, it's not very loud. It's a little slow. Maybe not.
Okay, is it better? Better. 1, 2, 3. Online. Okay. So let's go over the principles real quick. So we learned spiritual rule number 1, that to reveal the light, we have to act like the light. We have to have affinity with the light. What the light does, the light is in movement, shares constantly. It doesn't rest. The light never rests. It's always projected. Yeah? So the spiritual tool, the first one that we learn is every time something happens, not for our liking, we pause and we embrace it as an opportunity. And we say, wow, I'm excited because I know there is an opportunity for me to become like the light. I need to look for it. I don't like it because it touches my shells, and the shells telling me, whoa, we don't like it. It's pushing us. It's not comfortable. We're losing our power. We become vulnerable. It's fearful. I'm insecure. Predators. They're trying to kill us. No. It's illusion. It's a story of the shells, the opponent's story. We want to shut it down. How we shut it down? Pause. Opponent. Wait a second. Let me activate my soul. The soul know better than you, opponent. So the moment you shut down the reactive system, you shut down the voice of the opponent, immediately the other system activated. What is it? The light system telling me, wow, it's an opportunity. Take it on. Spiritual rule number 2, my life is a perfect plan designed to help me with my soul correction. Embracing whatever I got. Stop complaining. Stop really being insecure, dwelling on my past experiences and trauma, hating my parents, hating my childhood. No, everything is perfect. I chose it. The perfect plan to help me to grow. Okay, I didn't enjoy my childhood because of this and that and that. But now I know it was for my own good. What did I didn't like? What I can do? How can I handle those things when they come up again? Because they will come up again. Because they're part of the plan. So they will come up again. Therefore, I want to handle it in a different way. Spiritual tool number 2, why is it in my movie? Asking that enough times, the Creator will find ways to give me those messages through many, many different ways. A sign in a street, a taxi driver, Uber, sorry, there is no taxi drivers anymore. Lyft or Uber doesn't exist anymore. So there are some yellow cups, kind of something. What do they call them? Is a name for them. Taxi? Okay. So I can see signs, I can hear something in a podcast, I can get a message from a friend, I can have a dream. There are so many ways for the light force to communicate to us. We just need to be attentive and open. The moment I'm asking why it's in my movie, I'm open. If I'm not asking and blaming myself or others, no messaging. Spiritual rule number 3, overcoming the opponent within reveals the power of the soul. So we learn that there is an opposer, something, an energy force that comes through so many ways that awakening the reactive is triggering us and awakening the survival mode. Survival mode, it seems that I'm in danger, there are predators here, and the light is not present. The biggest voice of the opponent, the Creator, doesn't exist. That's the biggest voice of the opponent. Say, don't trust nobody, there is no Creator. That's what he tells us. That's what he convinces us. He says, he left you, he forgot you, he's somewhere else. Maybe there is a Creator, but he's dealing with other cases right now, he doesn't have time for you. That's what he convinced us. But the Creator is such a beautiful parent with 9 billion children that he can divide himself to each and every one of us in the same time, 24/7. That's the way the Kabbalists explain. The Creator have personal supervision. That's how they call it. Remember this. Personal supervision over each and every one of us. He has the capacity. AI, he invented the AI, using AI program to be capable, to be personal with everyone, to divide himself, to split himself. Okay? So I need to observe how the opponent communicate with me. Everyone has different opponent. We said the bottom line, Creator doesn't exist. But how he convinced me that the Creator doesn't exist? That's the point. How he convinced me that life never meant to be great? How? That's how we need to constantly observe. In particular and in general over my life. Particular, it's when push comes to shove, I'm facing the wall, there is a challenge, I don't know what to do. What's the opponent would tell me? Run away. Kill the other person. Whatever he tells you, instead of say, wait a second. Everything is okay, everything is perfect. Something good is about to happen. I want to see it. What do I need to do? Spiritual rule number 4, lasting fulfillment requires a process. So we understood that even though we hate processes and we try to bypass all the fire signs like, sir, processes, I hate that. What is that? Processes. Who invented processes? The Leo and the Sagittarius are laughing here. Processes, what do you mean? So processes is actually in order to save time. Because when you don't like processes, it's going to take much longer. The process is going to be much longer than what we think. So remember, process is to save time in anything. So we should embrace them. Okay? And embrace processes. That's the tool. Spiritual rule number 5, sharing without an agenda attracts blessings. So we said the Creator constantly share constantly to whoever willing to receive. Whereas the vessel, boom, the light force of the Creator enters. We need to have that affinity. So we are constantly looking for opportunity to share out of our comfort zone. Sharing out of the comfort zone with guidance without giving bread of shame. Okay, it's an important thing. That's the reason you have to advise before you want to share with the spiritual teacher if you're not sure. Because the moment you give bread of shame, you're doing the opposite of sharing. You're actually enabling a person to become more selfish. It's worse. So we need to be careful. Don't come to conclusion yourself, because sometimes what you think bread of shame, it's actually a good action of sharing. What you think is a very good, what you think is not a good opportunity to share, it's actually the perfect opportunity for share for you. It's deceiving because the opponent is involved in that. Anytime you have this idea inside of your mind that you want to share, that's how this bubble pops up. It's Aladdin coming out of the lamp and saying, what do you want to do? You want to share? Ooh, let me tell you why you shouldn't share. So this Aladdin convince you, don't do that. God forbid. No, it doesn't deserve. You're not going to have enough. And all. He just hears you thinking you want to share, and you need to understand the opponent comes in that moment, because this is the opposite, because you become creator. Opponent have to come every time you want to share. You have to come and challenge you to limit your sharing or to prevent you from sharing. Remember that. You want to remember that, but make a short of it. You go to the recording after, make a short and play it every day. Every time you want to share, Aladdin comes up and says, no, it's not the right timing. You know, do it later. That's the way it works. So shift into sharing as many opportunities as possible that you have during the day, during the year. Spiritual rule number 6. Spiritual efforts equals fulfillment. Focus on the effort, not on the result. So we understand that I cannot just go with the flow. There is no such a thing, go with the flow. Going with the flow, again, you gone with the wind. You saw this movie? It's a very famous classic. Gone with the wind, it means that the wind can take you to places that you don't want to be. No going with the flow. Going against at times you need to go with the flow. Depends. But spiritual effort, it means going against your nature. Spiritual effort, investment, disciplined, waking up earlier, meditating, sharing. All of this effort will equal fulfillment. You will see that the reward of it is great already just by doing it energetically. Result can be, it's a different thing. Anything can come later. So focus on the effort, not on the result. Spiritual rule number 7. I'm here to transform myself and no one else. Usually our senses, they spot everything that is wrong within everything else beside ourselves. Something very unique. We have something, how do you say, that sense, detectors. We have detectors inside of us. We sense everything that is wrong in the outside. Inside, not so great. So you should, all those sensors point to yourself. Yeah? Remember, when you point a finger at someone, there are 3 fingers on you. Watch those 3 fingers. It's like 3 reasons why you're blaming the other person. So transforming my thoughts transform my life. So it's the last class, remember? So we talk about the thought process, why we should focus on the thought, because they are the seed of everything. Consciousness is behind the thought, but thought is the closest that right now you can get in changing. So by seeing the thoughts, you can already have an idea about the consciousness of where you are. Okay, So now we came to the class of today. Very interesting. We're going to start with the workshop. And we're going to learn how to transform stress and anxieties into opportunities. You like that? But more than that, it's how to translate everything that happens into ourselves, that it's coming from the light, understanding that everything comes from the light, therefore it's good. So you're going to write down a time when you got stressed by a person. You have to name the person, okay? You have to name the person. It's a real event that happened to you with a person. It stressed me out when John didn't come to the meeting with me, was late to the meeting. It made me feel angry towards John. Then I actually, you can say, disconnected or ignored John, okay? Something like that. So please write it down. It's very important. Take a powerful event. Don't take this workshop lightly. It's very important because we're going to get back to it soon. You have 5 minutes, okay? Think it and do it. Try to be precise with everything that you write. The emotions, the actions. Are we ready? Anyone wants to share? Who wants to share? Michael?
I'll share.
Yes, please.
So this is pretty easy for me. I feel like this happens to me often. But the situation is with my partner. His name is Dave. And it stressed me out when Dave wanted to talk about finances. It's something he often brings up. And, you know, he doesn't like the way that I spend money. And it makes me feel angry, defensive, and insecure. And oftentimes I try to hurt Dave back. So I may kind of like try and even the score by finding things that I can point out about him because I'm defensive. And oftentimes it's because I think deep down I know, like I know that what I did might not be like right.
So, would you say
Sure.
how does he make you feel?
He makes me feel, I put angry, defensive.
Angry and defensive. And what was the behavior of yours?
I said I try to hurt him. So
Try to hurt
essentially, like out of resentment, I'm trying to like even the score.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Can I?
Yes, Lidette wants to participate.
Yeah, I want to say, my mom is here, so
Okay.
so it's something that has happened. Like it stressed me out when my mom actually asks me like deep questions, like very, I don't know, like we are not very commonly speaking very deep things. So when she asks me something
Deep or very personal? You mean?
personal, yeah, personal,
Personal,
yeah.
not like deep, spiritual.
Yeah, no, personal,
Personal.
that's the word. So it makes me feel very uncomfortable, like very towards her, like the situation. Then I answer, but like very fast, like, oh, yeah, whatever. You know, like I give an answer, but I give it like very fast. So I don't get more profound on that.
All right, that's nice. Right. Micah,
Thank you.
we found something?
Sure, it's from a long time ago. It's from a long time ago. It was with a therapist of mine. Her name's Alana. And is this working?
Follow.
I think it's
follow.
on. I'm just.
Yeah, it's working.
It is on. Okay. Yeah. So it stressed me out when Alana went behind my back. At least I thought, and it made me feel betrayed, like
Sure.
abandoned.
Sure.
And
What did you do?
my reaction was a mix of emotions of anger, and I cried many times. I screamed, I yelled towards her.
So,
And
Screaming is more of the action, yelling.
I would say yelling,
Yeah.
lots of yelling.
You didn't beat her up, I hope.
No,
Thank you.
it's not my, no, it's not in my reaction kit.
Yet. Okay, good.
Yeah.
No, that's nice, very nice. Someone from the online, you can open up your mic too and they can speak.
Hello,
Hello.
my name is Yari. And well, I still live with my parents, soon moving. So my dad stressed me out when he just start asking deep questions too.
Also
And
personal.
I get like defensive. Like I'm not the open person. I know it's me. Sometimes it's just me. It's not him. I just find like that thing like you say, David. Like put the finger and you have three back. It's like if you see that mistake, it's because I have it. It's not him. It's me. So yeah, it's something daily because he just asks me normal things, getting deep.
You want to give us an example of a personal question that really bothers you, that
Yes,
triggers you?
yes. I mean, she asked me like about the people I date
Ah, okay.
or getting deep in that kind of thoughts because he's like old school
Yeah.
in
So
that
you want to
way.
do you going out with?
Yes, and I'm
So,
like, don't get
how-
into my life, but at the same
What
time,
does it make you feel?
judge. I feel like
You feel judged.
yes, and
So it's very important to follow the structure. So what do you do? What is the behavior you do towards your dad?
I get defensive. I'm not open and a little bit angry because
So
in
you,
my
you
mind,
closing down.
I'm closing the communication channel. Yes, it's me.
So you're closing down on him.
Yes.
So you won't be able to ask too many personal questions. Good.
Yes.
Anyone wants to speak from, you can put him on the, you can open the mic. You can open the mic, it's okay. We can hear you guys online, so
Oli,
please speak.
you would like to share, like, unmuted?
Hi, you hear me?
No, not there, here.
Do you hear me?
You cannot unmute?
Oh, yeah. Oli, can you hear us?
Yes. But do
Okay,
you
now.
hear me?
Yes.
Yes?
See.
Okay, so I talk now?
Yes.
So me, I got very like I got stressed when my mother, she got angry with me about something that, well, for me at that time was unimportant, like some keys that I took with me. So it made me feel very sad and hurt towards her. And then for me it was, I was like resentful and it was very hard for me to go back like to being like normal with her.
So what was your behavior towards
My
her?
behavior with her, I was like very like resentful. I was very serious and it was very hard for me to get over that.
Okay. Beautiful, thank you. Anyone else?
Michelle, would you like to share?
Okay, sounds good. So I live in an apartment building, and every time me and my son leave, he's only 9 years old. The neighbor across the hall screams out, "Demon, demon, get out, demon!" And it did make me very angry and upset. And obviously, I wanted to react, but I looked at it as a gift from God. So every time she yells out, "Demon, get out!" I tell her, "Baruch Hashem."
Okay, but so you don't act, you don't really act?
In my head, yes, but I don't verbalize it.
Okay. What is your behavior?
Well, obviously, my impulse is to reply back, but because she's trying to get a rise out of me, I don't. So I just tell her, "God bless," or something like that, and then I leave.
All right, that's good. Beautiful, that's good. But
Adrian, would you like to, sorry.
but try just to put down even your thoughts about her. Okay?
Okay.
Whatever you think, even though you don't take an action, but what you're thinking about her.
Okay. I will do. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Michelle. Adrian, would you like to share?
Sure. Can you guys hear me?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So for me, it was mostly due to, in a sense of social betrayal, I guess. Like primarily from in education and religion, from a religious and an educational perspective. Maybe maybe I can call it like social conditioning or social programming. So like we're taught to think in certain ways, right? And anything counter to that becomes judgmental. Like we build up a wall of judgments. So I think for me to get across that, or go beyond that, I struggled a lot, and I still struggle with it till today for various reasons.
So
So
try to put it into the formula. It stressed me out when.
So it stressed me out when I was withheld of when people withhold information from me, and this was a repetitive phenomenon, not just once or twice, but with many people. So when every time someone withholds certain knowledge or information from me, um,
What it makes you feel?
including my parents. Sorry.
What does it make you feel?
It makes me feel angry because I feel like I've been lied to, or I was ignored of certain critical information that was needed.
So what
Um,
would be your behavior or action towards those people?
um, I felt not included, and I felt, yeah, sometimes I become so my reaction is either one of two ways. Either I confront them, if it's someone really close to me, if it's someone whom I respect, I confront them, or I totally withdraw and totally ignore them. I have totally zero interaction with them. So one of those two is.
So yes. So sometimes you will try to prove them wrong, and sometimes you will ignore them.
Yes.
Put it there like that. We need it for later.
Okay.
Thank you, Adrian.
It needs to lead to some kind of action, yeah? Yeah. Okay, beautiful, beautiful. So, as we said, the opponent tried to convince us that there is no light, there is no plan, there is no master plan, there is no process in everything that happens. Everything that happens is random and out of context. It means that when something comes of the unknown and it's not for my liking, I completely not going to embrace and see what is in it for me there. Yeah? That's the point. That's what the opponents try to tell us. But what we need to learn to have certainty in, and this is the key tool, the certainty is that everything comes from the light. Everything. The good, the bad, the beautiful, the ugly, everything is coming from the light. Everything. If I use it as a mantra, and I know that everything that comes from the light, and I have the strength, I have the light inside of me to handle it in the best way, for my growth, for my going to the next level, then most likely I'm going to just climb in the spiritual ladder. Okay, so let me give you an example. There was a student here in Canada, very successful, very wealthy, multinational company of marketing, branches here, branches in the US, okay? He fell in love with the teachings of Kabbalah. He wasn't my student. We're talking about 30 years ago, 25 years ago, something like that. So he fell in love with the teachings, fell in love with our teacher, the Rav. One day he came to the Rav, said, listen, I want to come to a place where I'm going to triple my business. I'm going to put a CEO, and I'm going to use all my marketing skills to spread Kabbalah in the world. This was his dream. Can you imagine? Nice dream, nice idea. He got the teaching, yeah? So a week later, he went to a vacation, and it appeared to be that his partner, which was his friend, stole 80% of his business. Yeah? So, took all the management, turned him against him, opened a parallel company, hired those people. 80% of the business is gone. He's coming back. I don't know what to do. That's what happened. Of course, unfair Doesn't make sense. So he is like aggravated, coming to a place that he wants to kill that person, calling our teacher, the Rav, and asking him, what is that? Where did this come from? What I'm supposed to do with this? Why it's happening to me? Why it's in my movie? So the Rav said, you remember a couple of weeks ago you told me that you want to triple your business? Remember? So now you've been put to a test if you can handle growing your business 3 times. This is the test. This is part of what the light preparing you to your next level. And you need to have certainty that everything comes from the light. It doesn't mean that you're going to start sitting back and meditate and take everything easy, but don't overreact. You need to go to the police, you need to hire a lawyer. Do that, but understand that it's coming from the light for your own good. That was the recommendation of our teacher, the Rav. And that's what he did. He was a very good student. So, of course, eventually everything settled. Those management teams find out that it was a scam and all of that. They all came back to him. 3 months later, to the point, it tripled his business income. Can you imagine? Meaning that everything that happens, all the people that coming and do things to us, is just a minor test to see if we giving our energy, handing it back to the opponent, or we are with the light. No matter what, the light is always present. It's a mantra. No matter what happens, the light is always present. No matter what, there is a personal supervision over me. The light has my back. The light wants me to grow and have the best life ever. Imagine yourself, we were totally certain in that. How would we react to everything that happens? All the challenges. What do you think?
Well, today I've been tested at my work because the other supervisor, the last one, I'm a supervisor at my work. So the old one came and the people start like talking like, hey, maybe she's gonna replace you, and everybody like start like saying things, and I just like take my time, think in my mind, okay, if she take my place, it's okay. Maybe something coming better for me. And then I just been noticed like she is going to say hi because she worked in there like 8 years. So my job never was like in risk, and at the same time was like I take it in the good way. Like maybe if this happened, something bigger is coming for me, and
Good.
I trust the universe and I trust the Creator. So I
Nice.
keep my calm, and everybody see me calm and being kind. I just
Beautiful.
take it in that way.
Beautiful. So that's bringing us to the second part of that exercise. Now you need to go back to exercise, erase the names that you put, whoever was it, Joe, Dan, Elena, whoever was it, and you put the light instead of that name. The light. Okay? Supposed to feel funny now. So instead of dad, instead of mom, you put the light. Who wants to share with us how funny it is? Micah, please.
What do I share?
Say exactly. You have to repeat it exactly how it is. No stories.
All right, all right. It stressed me out when the light went behind my back.
Yes.
It
Yeah.
made me feel abandoned and betrayed towards the light. Then I screamed and yelled towards the light.
Yeah. At the light. Yeah.
I screamed and yelled at the light.
Exactly. That's what we do. Exactly. So, yes, another example.
it stressed me out when the light asked me about my personal life. It made me feel defensive toward the light. Then I,
Shut
yeah,
down.
yeah, I shut up. Like I get at the defensive. I just ignore. I just avoid
You
towards the
avoided the
light.
light.
I
Good.
avoid the yes.
Good. You avoided the light. Good. That's what we do.
Yeah.
We're avoiding the light.
Okay. It stressed me out when the lights wanted to talk about finances. It makes me feel angry and defensive and insecure towards the light. And I try to hurt the light back to get even.
Give it back to the light.
Yeah.
Good. Anyone from the online wants to share with us? You can unmute yourself and share.
Who wants to share?
Well, I can share about like what I said about my mom.
Okay.
Yes. Well, it makes me feel, it stressed me out when the light got angry with me. And it made me feel hurt and sad towards the light. Then I was resentful towards the light.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah.
Ay, ay, ay.
A creator. Oh.
Someone else would like to share?
Anyone else?
Sure.
Yes, please. Short and to the point.
Okay. So stressed me out when the light betrayed me, made me feel angry toward the light. Then I retaliated by either proving the light, by confronting the light and proving it wrong, or walking away and having no connection with it whatsoever.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Okay, great. So yeah, this is it. This is like a very good metaphor. It's a very good workshop to do all the time, that what is in front of me is no other thing than the light. It can wear a clothing of something very disturbing. It can, or it's something that is, but it's the light. And what the light wants? To triple my business, to bring me my soulmate, but he wears the clothing of a test. And if I know I'm just getting tested, do I trust the light, or I abandon the light and I'm falling into the scam of the opponent, falling into the insecurity, hating myself, hating other people, feeling that I'm zero and nothing, or just filling myself with uncertainty and confusion and not understanding the world. The world is not there to be understood logically, because most of the times when things are not happening the way we want, they are not logical to us. But if we try to examine everything with the logical mind, why that is bothering us? Why this person is doing that to us? No logic. The light is there. There is a test. The test, I pass the test, my next level of abundance, my next level of health. Sometimes we get tested with our health. Something terrible is happening. We have no idea why it's there. Some people get tested with cancer. It's part of the test. If I'm not reactive to it, I can overcome it and grow out of it. I'm telling you, as a fact, there are so many people that changed their energy and weren't reactive to their sickness, and they were able to overcome it. There were people that take their been fired from their workplace after working there and giving their hearts, and they say, no, it's an opportunity. They got a better job. So this is our duty. That's the mechanism of life. We cannot change it. All those challenges and tests that causing all the anxieties and stress, no, they are just designed to give us and to present us and to enable us to stretch our vessel so we can receive more. It's stretching, it's not comfortable, it's painful because the vessel is growing. That's the reason. So if we be able to wrap everything and have certainty also that the moment we apply all those principles that we went through today, with certainty, we're going to grow and it's going to bring us the next level of life with whatever the Creator is actually preparing for us. All right, any questions of today? It's so clear, just so hard to do. Any questions from the online? You can voice.
Someone would like to ask something online? Adrian?
Yeah. So how do when we are put in contradicting situations, how do we react? So if we are bound by certain, let's say, certain laws and principles, but we're pulled in another direction where we have to act, or something bad or something some negative consequence is going to happen. So how do, like, what is our action, like what steps do we take in that in that kind of situation?
So remember, it's all the principles that we named before. You have to apply them in the right order. So first of all is pause. What an opportunity. I know it's painful. I want to know why it's in my movie. I want to really understand what's the message. How should I be proactive, not reactive here? How I can be the light, not the effect. All of those principles need to be applied. Yeah, it doesn't mean that it won't be painful, the feelings and all of that. But I'm trying to transform the situation and extract the gift that the light wants to give me, because there is a gift. Okay? But I'm starting with pause. I know it's the light. It's not my parent. It's not my siblings. It's the light talking to me right now. Yes, Michael.
Oh, I really like that question, Adrian, but which laws are you bound by? Just want to add a bit on your question there. You had mentioned that you were bound by certain laws and rules, and we're asking how to act.
So there are several laws, or that we.
You mean religious laws, family, culture?
Yeah, several layers, I guess. Both, I mean, in society, like, whatever. I mean, the state law, religious law, like that we're part of. If we're part of some, if you're a member of certain thing, obviously we are there to follow certain principles and guidelines for several reasons, so that so that over the long run it helps us, go the because we're on a path to, how do I say, um, yeah, because it's for our own well-being, right? Because it's how do I say, rather than satisfy in the moment, we are, rather than instant self-gratification, we are taking on certain laws to become a better person, both morally and in a spiritual context. But there are times where we have to take action in the now, in the present moment, or else something bad or something consequential can happen. So so how do we react in those situations? That's why that was my question.
Okay, good. Anyone else wants to ask something? Okay, beautiful. So you understand why this is so important to conclude our course with? It's all about trusting that the universe has our back. That's the point. There is no one against us. Yeah, it's appeared to be, it's need to be tested, but it's for me to grow my certainty. That is what about. Because when I grow my certainty with the light, then the light understands that I'm ready to receive more. That's the point. Okay? So our next course, which is going to be Kabbalah 2, because we're getting into holidays times and the summer is starting, we're going to do a short course, but to the point. It's going to be personal. We're going to talk about the 5 extensions of our ego. It's going to be more personalized into understanding what operates, what forces of the opponents and its different branches, how they work on us. So it's most likely to feel more personal during that course. And we're going to talk about astrology as part of our tikkun. We're going to talk about reincarnation a bit. So it's going to be very interesting sessions, okay? So I'm looking to see all of you joining us with enthusiasm, understanding that the light wants us to do that. Because it's another way, another perspective to really understand all the principles that we learned today and to strengthen our certainty with those tools. Because as much as I want you to be complete certain with those tools, you're going to see that when push comes to shove, it's hard. Because the opponent consciousness is very strong over us. It's been there for so many years. And in order for us to reprogram ourselves from that voice of the opponent, it's required constant learning and constant practice. Constant. I recommend whoever starts learning Kabbalah should never stop, at least a class once a week for the rest of his life, till immortality. That's the reminder to go against the opponent. Yes, Mike.
Did the Rav have tests, or do the tests end once
Tests
you have answered?
never ends.
Tests never end.
To the most spiritual people, to the most elevated people, and their tests actually are greater than ours.
Okay.
So imagine yourself a biblical story, just to you remember what Abraham had to go. Abraham, from the patriarch, the father of monotheism. So in order to get to his level, that to reveal that there is only one force in this world, to the universe, because he considered to be the father of all religions. Yeah? Abraham, yeah. So he went through 10 tests. It's described in the scripts. The last test, you know what it was? An angel came and told him, the Creator wants you to take your only son that you waited 100 years for. He was 100 years old, and he wants you to put him on the altar, and he wants you to slaughter him. That's a test, my friend. Your only test, your only son, beloved one, and before that the Creator told him that from this son he's going to have endless offsprings. What's going on here? What kind of test is it? So that's the kind of the test the righteous receive. We don't get those tests. You understand? So as greater you are, as greater is the test. So of course, eventually, all his offspring came from Isaac. He didn't have to slaughter him. It just was a test. Okay? So I'm looking forward to see all of you. There is anything else that's happening? Oh, we're going to do a dinner, complimentary dinner that our community, the leaders of the community, preparing for you. And you invite you and maybe +1, whoever you want to bring, to the center on Friday the 12th. So get ready for it. We're going to have a nice gathering. So you see all the newcomers that of the Kabbalah Center. And we're going to have a very light dinner, and it's going to be, kind of socializing and having fun and talking a little bit about consciousness things. Just to gather, just come, show up, and enjoy the company. Okay, so this is on the 12th at night. So mark your calendars. If you live somewhere else, Montreal, Vancouver, Ottawa, come. Please come. Yes, please come. Come and join us in the opportunity to see the center, to see our friend. Just come and join us. More questions you can ask me or you can ask Elidet. for more details. So looking forward to do. I really enjoyed this course, especially because it was hybrid, here online. People that couldn't make it came online. I think it was good. We enjoyed it, and I'm looking forward to see all of you very soon. And remember, next week we're opening a new course. Think about people in your life that can make a use of this amazing wisdom. Stretch yourself to even invite people that maybe you don't think they're ready. You will be surprised. Bring them over. You can come to the first class with them if you want, to ask for them. This process of getting out of the matrix requires help. Help them. Bring them over. Okay? Thank you very much. Enjoyed you, and I'm looking forward to be in contact with you. Anyone that has questions can email me, can WhatsApp me. I'm on the group, and I'm looking forward for continuing to our next level together. Thank you very much.